To actually make a video of my Leathermans. I've loved Leatherman so much, and I have so many of them. So this is what I have currently. Actually, I have another one, the XE. I believe it's the XE 6. So it's part of the Juice series. This is what I have right now, and I have a few more, like redundant ones. I have two cores. I have another one, and I'll show you that. I got a rebar. I got two rebars. This is the PST, this is the PST2, and so forth. So right now I actually wanted to talk about what I have versus what I really like. Some of these I'm going to actually keep. Well, most of these I'm going to keep, and some of these I'm going to actually probably sell. So here's a list of actually all the tools that I've owned over the years. The small ones, I got the Micra, the Style CS, PS. All these just words. You get the Kick, the Fuse, the Blast, Wingman, Sidekick, all this other stuff, right? So let me just start off with what I have and what I like, what I don't like. So I'd say all these tools, the one that is my favorite, the go-to one at home. Let's say I'm working on the sink or something I'm working around at home, trying to fix things, is the Surge. That is probably the heaviest one out of all of them too. But it's got everything. It's got the scissors, and I'm not going to take out all the tools. You can review it and look at other YouTube videos to check those out. But it's got scissors, it's got the knife, it's got what is this? It's got the serrated blade, it's got the file, it's got all these little things, the flatheads plus the awl, and this one is the bit driver and the can opener and the bottle opener. So terrific. And the plier heads, replaceable wire cutters, which I think is so good. So anyway, that's my favorite. I mean, it is the most expensive out of all the ones that I have right now, but I'd say it's well worth the price. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to ever get rid of that one. So let's see. So the other ones I have right now are the Core, the Rebar, I think this is the Sidekick, the PST1, the PST2. This is my PS4. You got the Style CS, the Micra, and the Style. Okay, so let me just tell you which ones I like for what other functions. So in the car, I keep the Core. The Core is basically the Rebar or the Super Tool 300, except it doesn't have the hardwire cutters, the replaceable cutters, I'm sorry. But it has everything else. I mean, everything else that the Rebar has and the Super Tool 300 has. This is the Rebar. This is the one I carry. This is my favorite tool when I'm not at home. So when I'm not at home and I'm traveling, backpacking, going hiking, camping, this is the tool. It has everything that the Super Tool 300 has, but it's just like a little brother of it. It's lightweight. It's got the wire cutters. That's a big deal. The only thing it does not have is the scissors. I mean, some people like the bit driver and this and that, but I don't need it when I'm out camping. I just don't think I need it. I don't think I've ever needed a use for it. So I don't know if you noticed, but I do like the replaceable cutters, and they're just stronger. They're a different metal. I think it's 154 cm, so they're just stronger. This one I'm probably going to sell. The Sidekick. It's reasonably priced. I think it's 40, 45 bucks, something like that. The one thing I don't like about it, let me see if I can close this with one hand while I'm videotaping. Is that when you open the knife, let me switch hands. When you open the knife, it's fine, but it jiggles. I can feel it jiggling down here. Let me just tell you what I mean. This part, it just moves back and forth. To the point, it feels like it's going to slip. Everything else is fine. It's just that part I really don't like. It's got a saw. It's got a knife. It's got nice pliers that have spring loaded. That's fine too. So the Core, I really love this one. This one I have it in my car. I actually have two of these. And I got a great deal. I got it for 25 bucks on eBay with shipping, and it's awesome for the price. I mean, for the price, this one being, let's say, 85 bucks versus I got this for 25 bucks. For the price, this is a better tool. But without price being an issue, this is clearly the better tool. It's the one that I would have in my home all the time, and this is the one I'd carry around all the time. But it has no scissors. So let's see what else we got. We got the PST, the original one. I got this for 20 bucks in a pack of 4, I believe. And so this is the one I put in my youngest sons. I got 2 boys. My youngest son, who's 11, in his backpack and his little survival kit. And this is the PST2. The only difference is this one's got scissors. I think it's right there, the scissors. It does not have the all. So what I do is I always give him one of these and then plus one other thing. So my youngest son has this one along with this one. This one's just a plain old knife, and it's got these scissors. So that's what's missing. So I just like them to have a backup blade, backup tool, just in case they lose one or something breaks, or they need to lend it to their brother, something like that. This is a Toro brand, or Toro marked on it, but it's actually a Leatherman. I got it cheap because it's got Toro on it. And so my oldest son would have this one, the PST2, along with a Swiss Army knife, just a standard. I think it's Spartan, just an extra blade with an all in the Spartan. So this is the PS4. I really like it. I like it a lot, actually. It's got everything you need. It's got scissors, it's got pliers, it's got knife, it's got bits, screwdrivers, and all this stuff. It's got everything except for tweezers, which is really weird. This one is what's on my keychain right now. I love this thing. It's the Style CS, I believe, bottle cap opener. I really like this because you can just take it on and off. I know you can have a carabiner with, let's say, the Micra, but the Micra, you got to open things up to be able to get the knife. This one, you don't have to open it up to get the knife or the file/screwdriver thing, as well as I think it's got the, these are the tweezers. So, and finally, you have the Micra. This is what I have. So what I like to do is actually, one of the things I've constantly had different multi-tools to do this, to do that, and I don't like this, so I sell it, and I get that, and I sell it, and because it just doesn't have all the tools like this one. The Surge has every single thing that I would like, and so ideally, in a perfect world, every tool that I have, either a smaller version or a bigger version, would have what the Surge has in some form or fashion, but there's just no tool like that. The Wave is great, but the Wave has limitations because it doesn't have the wire cutters, the replaceable wire cutters. So this is what I do. I've got this a little bit larger sheath that's bigger than what the Leatherman comes with. I bought this for I think $4 or something like that on Amazon. So this is the core. This is my second core, and because it doesn't have scissors, what I do is I put in another smaller one with scissors. And so some people think, hey, why do you carry two tools? Why don't you just carry one and just deal with it? I just like having two tools because partly is I have kids. I have boys, and the older one's 12. He's going to be 13 soon. And he's, let's say we're camping, and he says, hey, Dad, can I borrow this and that? Well, I prefer not to lend him this one because it's just a bigger tool, and I need it for myself, so I just lend him this one. And he's got to do some things. Let's say he's got to screw something down or cut something with scissors, whatnot. So this is actually a nice tool for him to borrow and do whatever he needs to do. So this one has scissors, this one does not. So now I've got everything that I would like to have as a complete packet in one case. So it's got two tools in one case. So that's kind of how I resolved this issue of not having this or not having that. So so at the end, this is what I like. Let's see. Rebar as a camper, I love this thing. It has everything that I would need. It has an awl, it has saw, knife, serrated blade. It's got a saw. I already said that. File. It's got the bits, all the bits to be able to the flathead and things like that. So, and it's got this replaceable wire cutter, which is good for breaking wood as well as cutting, even a wire hanger and things like that. So, love these two tools. These are my favorite two, and I've had a ton. So. I don't want to go through all of them, but the small ones, there they are. The big ones, I've had the Kick. I still have a Kick, actually, at work. A Fuse I like. Blast is terrific, but, I have the Surge. Core, I still have PST2. Mini, too small. Wingman, too wobbly, just like the Sidekick and the Rev. Those three tools, they're all a little bit wobbly. Scale tool, not enough tools for me. Rebar, I love it. One hand tool, not liking it. Wave, I actually really, really love. I'll probably get one soon. Charge, I've had Charge, the same thing as Wave, but just slightly nicer. You got the Juice S2, CS4. I have the XE6 in my car. My wife's got the car right now, though. The large one, the Core, yes, love it. Super Tool 200, I used to have it. Super Tool 300, maybe, but I really have the Core already, so why bother? Victorinox, oh, last thing. I've had the Swiss tool, and I've had the Spirit, and let me tell you about the Spirit. The nose, the pliers on those are not as long. They're kind of stubby. these are just really pointy and they're great. I just think the pliers are better. And even though the tools, just like this one, let me just close this surge out with one hand. So even though all the tools are outside, I mean, for the price you pay for the Swiss tool and the Spirit, this is just a better blade, a better design, better scissors, better serrated blade. But I mean, and it's got the bit driver. I love Leatherman. It's just a better tool. And the other one, it's just glossy, and you got to use your little fingernails to get those things. So I've actually honed both of those, and I had to return or sell them because I just think that the Leathermans are a much, much better tool. So here's what I got. Hopefully, maybe that gives you some ideas. I think the old ones, if you can get them for super cheap, let's say under 20 bucks, and they're in good condition, that's a fantastic deal. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. The pliers are fantastic. All the tools work great. I mean, if you can get a good deal and they're in good shape, go for it. I wish I could talk about Leathermans all day long because that's how much I love them. Eventually, I will probably talk about Victorinox because I got a bunch of those as well. So thanks for watching YouTube and subscribe.